on for both of these two teams this season, but through 7 games, both teams have winning records.
Yes, they do. Let's see how they get this one going as Louisiana is set to get the kickoff.
So Louisiana on the road will get the ball first. They're wearing the all whites. Charleston at home, blue tops, blue bottoms, and red numbers. Tim Hackett and Nate Hall here with you in the booth. SFL Week 9 continues from South Carolina, and we are underway. A brand new member of the Louisiana offense set to get the ball. It is their newest wide receiver and kick returner, Adam Banks, with his first touch in the SFL, Nate. So a lot of moves and shakes with these two teams over the course of this regular season. We mentioned the big news already for Charleston, but Louisiana with a mid-season move of their own. Anthony Delano, their wide receiver, leaves. He was a rookie after 7 games, and in comes Adam Banks, the rookie from Ottawa. He's now their number 3 wide receiver and kick returner. He gets them to the 21 on his first touch in the big league. Second-year quarterback Tommy Utah in the shotgun. He will throw with Colin Hart in the backfield. Utah's pass is swatted away, and right out of the gates, Nate, Jack Hoffman with a pass breakup.
Yeah, Jack Hoffman had read that one all the way, got a big paw on that one, and knocked the pass way down to the ground. The Tommy Utah's first pass goes incomplete.
It's not uncommon to see a Charleston linebacker break up a pass this season, but usually when that happens, it's Jack Brown, who's playing on the inside this season, 42 in the Charleston Blue, a league-leading 13 pass breakups. That time it's his running mate, Jack Hoffman, who gets his hand on it. Second play of the game from scrimmage. Utah delayed play action, and then he links up with B. Robo, who's having a killer season.
Yes, he is, and I got to call the Charleston game last week, and they ran that out route to B Robo to perfection, and it looks like they're trying to do the same thing this week against this Charleston club, getting a good 8 yards on that attempt right there.
That puts him over 2,000 receiving yards in his career. 4th-year receiver from South Carolina playing in his home state. Here's the give. First carry of the game for Colin Hart, and he is blown up by veteran defensive tackle Joseph Sabolka. 4th down coming up.
Yeah, definitely not what Louisiana wanted. Going backwards about 4 yards on 3rd down. Quick 3 and out for this Louisiana offense.
Underrated defensive tackle. Sabolka's having yet another good season. 12 tackles for loss for him. Now, after that one, top 6 in the league. So an early punt for Walter Melanich, and no pressure on it from Charleston. And their more veteran punt returner, Jay Taylor, has done this for a couple of seasons now. Will take it to the 40. So a 3 and out for this Charleston defense, Nate. 2 teams with winning records, like we said, but neither of these 2 teams are known for their offense. They are both known for their defense this season.
Absolutely, and the top defensive member for Louisiana in Mike Ryan, now with 9 games in a row with an interception, looking for his 10th. What a momentous game that would be, and momentous number if he could get it.
Charleston trying to avoid that. They will go on the ground with Keith Swearingen, their veteran tailback. He shuffles and picks up 5. Here is the Charleston offense for head coach, offensive coordinator, general manager, general do-it-all guy, Jacob Clear, his 2nd season running the show here for the Preds. Kentez Johnson, the veteran quarterback, is in his 3rd game as the signal caller for the Preds. Keith Swearingen is the halfback. Terrell Sutherland is the fullback. A trio of wideouts and a pair of tight ends, along with offensive lineman left guard Dusty Wilson leading the way. 2nd and 5. Here goes Swearingen running left guard. Another cutback. Gets away from the first hit from Even Arthur, and then is brought down by the aforementioned Mike Ryan.
Yeah, and Mike Ryan able to get Swearingen down, but not before he gets about 4.5 yards, setting up a 3rd and inches. So a short distance to go to convert their first down of this ball game.
Yeah, right short of that magical yellow line, which stands at the midfield stripe. Offset eye, Sutherland is the lead back for Swearingen. They give it to Swearingen, and he is stopped yards short of the line to gain. A great one-on-one tackle, 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And Mike Ryan, again, with his 2nd tackle, this time his first one for a loss in this ball game, stopping Swearingen 2 yards behind the line, and a pair of 3 and outs one for each of these teams starting out this game today.
Unbelievable season for Mike Ryan so far. The former number 1 overall pick You would expect it from him, Nate, and you know a thing or two about good safety play here in the SFL, but Mike Ryan is having another sensational season after an all-star berth a year ago, his first season with Louisiana. That punt is away and fair caught by Banks, so here's the rest of the Charleston offense before we turn the page. The wide receivers, Buchanan Simons, Ken McCarroll, and Jay Taylor. Those are the wide receivers, and the tight ends are Lyric Da Vinci and Dusty Roark. But they now head to the sideline to watch Tommy Utah and company return to the field. A completely new-looking Louisiana offense for second-year signal caller Tommy Utah. He was their first-round pick last season. Very good minor league career, and now he's got two new tailbacks to play with, and now he'll throw here on first down. Nice link up on a dot over the middle, and a gain of nearly 9 for Cameron Collier, the fullback.
And one thing I've noticed out of Tommy Utah is if he can get a good play action pass off, usually good things happen in the passing game. This time, no exception. Great play action pass fake and gets a 9.5-yard gain over to Collier.
They've got potentially 3 ball carriers in the backfield now. And they'll give it to the up man. That is Randy Squarebush, his first carry today. And he gets the first down. Jack Brown with the stop.
Yeah, Jack Brown with the stop, and not before Squarebush gets his carry over the stripe for first down. So first down of the game. Nice to have that under their belts early in this one. Now looking to build on it.
Ross Napoli, the general manager for this team, has been making moves since this team has moved to Louisiana. Now Colin Hart, their prize free agent acquisition with the gain of 2. We'll tell you about the Louisiana offense and then break them down for you as Brown makes another tackle. Tommy Utah is the quarterback, 2 running backs. No other team in the SFL right now can say that. Well, there have been a couple over the years, but they're trying to be the forerunners of a new look ground game, I guess, with Colin Hart and Randy Squarebush and Cameron Collier, the fullback. Garrison Blue is the tight end, and a trio of wideouts. 2nd and 8, split back set. That's common for this team. Utah has time, throws, and through the hands of B. Robo, one of those 3 standout wideouts.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was just too many defenders between him and the ball, and he couldn't really see to bring that ball in for a catch. But yeah, right through his hands, B. Robo, very uncharacteristic of him to bring up the 3rd and long.
5th in the league in receptions with 55 entering action today. 2nd among wide receivers. Chase Earl and Adam Banks are the other 2 wideouts. 3rd and 8, split backs again. Utah, and down he goes. Another sack conceded by Louisiana. Their 20th this season, most in the league.
Yeah, and that sack right there looked like it might have been Chris Joseph on the sack maybe. But yeah, big loss, and even though they got the first down, they couldn't do anything with it, bringing up 4th down and giving the ball right back to Charleston's offense.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Nate. For the 2nd drive already, Charleston with a hit in the backfield on 3rd down to force a punt from Walter Melanishin, the former undrafted free agent. Returnable for Taylor, maybe not. Great coverage immediately by Louisiana. If you're new to the SFL, it's the Simulation Football League. It combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game all into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Still weird to me, Nate, to see Kentez Johnson wearing an all-blue jersey after so many years as the Houston quarterback. He's not even had to throw. It's because they will give it off. Another big run for Keith Swearingen out across midfield and right to the midfield line. 20-yard gain for the engine that could.
Yeah, Keith Swearingen bouncing that run right off left tackle and getting huge blocks to seal that off and able to go cover a lot of ground on that one before he gets tackled right there by number 28. That's Rollerman Hood, but what a run for Swearingen.
Been a solid season for Keith. Nothing sensational. He's 8th in the league in carries with 150 exactly before today. 11th in yards, 15th in touchdowns with 5 and a little over 4 yards per carry. Better than that so far, and he'll add to it.
No.
But he drops the ball. It's loose and picked up by Rollerman Hood. The 2nd fumble this season from Keith Swearingen, and the best takeaway team in the SFL strikes.
Yes, they do, and a very unconventional fumble recovery. This defense for Louisiana is known for their interceptions per game, but this time they get a gift from Keith Swearingen and Rollerman Hood able to pick that one up after he coughed it up for a great turnover in plus territory.
25 interceptions, that's most in the SFL. 28 takeaways through 7 games, that was tied for most in the SFL. And Rolliman Hood with the fumble recovery off the forced fumble from his longtime running mate, Even Arthur. First down as B. Robo gets open over the seam, and Tommy Utah hits him for a gain of 6. Talk about plus field position for Louisiana here.
Yeah,
It's Garrison Blue, my fault, mate.
yeah, Garrison Blue with the 6-yard catch, but setting your team up with great field position is definitely what you want. Your first 2 drives didn't go for very many yards, only getting 1 first down thus far. So any kind of yardage help definitely helps at this point.
Here goes Colin Hart. Remember, he got the first carry for Louisiana and was stopped in the backfield by Joseph Sabolka. This time he gets some positive yards before he's brought down by Robert Cherry. Rookie defensive tackle makes his first stop today.
Yeah, but despite the positive 2-yard gain, he's still at 0 yards on the ground because of that negative. So definitely wanted to make it a positive, though, by getting some more carries later on.
Longtime Sioux Falls Sparrow in his first season with Louisiana. Utah floats it up into triple coverage, and somehow hauling it down is B. Robo. You could even say quadruple coverage there, Nate. How did he bring that one in?
I have no idea, but B. Robo doing what he does best and just jumping up there. And yeah, it looked like there was about 4 Charleston defenders right there to grab that one. But yeah, B. Robo just making all 4 of those guys look silly, getting up there and getting that catch for a first down.
Robo's their number 1 target is not saying enough. No other wide receiver on this team has more than 30 catches. Colin Hart was second with 42. So all eyes on Robo, all bodies, and he still makes the catch. Here goes Hart, best run of the day for him. That'll put him back into the positives, gain of 9.
Yeah, positive 9-yard gain for Colin Hart. Getting good blocks right up the middle by his offensive line and able to squeeze that one through for a good 9-yard gain to set up second and short.
An average season for Colin Hart, who has typically been at the top of the SFL leaderboards in different categories over the course of his career in Sioux Falls. He will get this give, trying to stretch it out right side, and he gets the first down there, brought down from behind by Hoffman. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. They're going to say he's short. I was surprised by that, too.
I mean, any challenges coming here from
Harold Smith? I think it's too early at this point to challenge it. I think they're just going to try to go forward at half a yard with either Hart or Squarebush.
You got to rely on this big backfield. You've invested so much capital in it. They will go on the ground, and they get the first down. Needed some inches, and he gets just barely past that line. That's Collier, the fullback.
Yeah, they love when he got short yardage situations. Louisiana loves that short fullback dive handoff to Collier. Good job of utilizing it there to get the first down.
Right to the 26-yard line. That's what they needed. Remember, 3 guys in the backfield. They can all catch it, too. Utah will throw, dances away, sidearm sling this way, and it's caught by Robo over here on the near sideline. His 3rd catch today, give him 5.
Off-balance throw, too, right there by Tommy Utah. Don't know if he felt pressure coming right up the middle from the defense, but able to swing that pass out to Robo for a good 5-yard gain to set up 2nd and 5.
It's been a monstrous season for B. Robo, the former tight end, now wide receiver, running sidecar with Chase Earl, but outshining Chase Earl so far this season. Hart runs into a ton of traffic, and that time Hart was stopped up, no gain.
Yeah, stopped up by none other than inside linebacker Jack Brown. Jack Brown having himself a season so far, getting a tackle for loss right there to set up a big 3rd down.
These 2 guys have been running mates in Charleston for a long time. Their 6th season together, Jack Brown and Jack Hoffman, but they switched roles this year. Brown moving to inside and Hoffman moving to outside to join Eric Hammer, the new acquisition, the outside backer from Florida. 3rd down, Utah hit as he throws to the end zone and picked off. Again, double coverage for the Preds. This time, the defense rises to the challenge.
Yes, they do. This time, John Stamango, the strong safety, just playing the quarterback size right there. Tommy Utah had no chance to get that one to Robo in the end zone. Stamango coming away with a big interception. Utah struggled last week by throwing 2. Throws his first one here today.
Talked about how good Louisiana's defense is at taking the ball away. Charleston, not too shabby either. 20 takeaways through 7 games, 4th best. And Stamango, the leader of that pack, he now has 7 interceptions, top 7 in the league. Right back to the ground they go. Swearingen with the carry, and he picks up 9.
And you love to see that following a drive where Swearingen coughed the ball up, still having enough faith in your running back to hand the ball off to him once again. And this time, he does a good job of holding on to the ball and getting a good 9 yards out of it in the process.
How about this, Nate? 6 plays from scrimmage for Charleston so far today. All Keith Swearingen runs. Kentez has yet to throw the ball. It's not been a great return to form for him, or return to the SFL, I should say, as they go on the ground again, and Swearingen is able to fall through the contact and pick up about 2 through the arms of Leonard Butler Sr. for the first down.
Yeah, and going back to your point about them not throwing the ball yet, they know how dangerous this defense is, so they did a good job scouting this Louisiana defense this past week, maybe trying to take the ball out of Kentez Johnson's hand a little bit so he doesn't throw any wayward passes to Louisiana.
They still have a takeaway, despite the fact that they have yet to throw it. On the ground, they go again, and stopped in the backfield this time is Swearingen. Chance Wall, second-year defensive tackle, leads the pack. Here is the Louisiana defense for Gerald Smith, the head coach, who's also the defensive coordinator for the Revs. Leonard Butler Sr., Brian Craven, Luther Gahn, Chance Wall, and Ross Napoli on the line. Chuck Diesel, Blake B. Craze, and the newcomer, Slyn Shady, make up the linebacker core. 2nd and 11, Johnson will throw for the first time into Rolliman Hood's hands. He could have had his second takeaway of the first quarter. Instead, it falls to the turf.
Yeah, he could have. That's a interception attempt that Rolliman Hood's going to want back because it hit him right in both hands. Looked like Kentez Johnson just got hit as he let that one go. And Rolliman Hood's going to be kicking himself on that one for sure.
This is a guy with 41 career interceptions, including 5 this season, Nate, and he was not able to haul in that one. It looked tailor-made for him. Charleston will have to throw here on 3rd and 11. Johnson sets and throws, right sideline, swatted away. Could have been picked again. Rolliman Hood was there, looking for the standout wideout. Buchanan Simons, nothing doing. 4th down.
Yeah, Rolliman Hood making 2 clutch pass deflections in a row, this time on 3rd and long. Just getting right in the way of that pass. No chance to get that one completed to Buchanan Simons. Big play, big 3rd down stop to get this team back, setting up a punt right here.
So 2 pass deflections for Louisiana on the first 2 pass attempts of the afternoon for Kentez Johnson, who's thrown 8 interceptions against 5 touchdowns in his 2 games as the starting quarterback for Charleston. So here's Cody Murphy to punt away for the Preds. It is Banks back to return. Remember, he's making his SFL debut, and he's wrestled down at about the 37-yard line. So Louisiana, arguably the hottest team in the SFL, not named Baltimore, of course. They were 1 and 2, through their first 3 weeks. They start the season by beating Sioux Falls, then they lose at Denver and against Tulsa. Since then, 4 straight wins, all by 8 or more points, capped off by a 22-14 win over the Carolina Skyhawks last week. So they're playing their second Carolina-based team in as many contests here this afternoon. Utah under center, split backs, and he is decked immediately, absolutely shoved down by Robert Cherry.
Robert Cherry, I don't know if that offensive lineman just missed a block right there, but Robert Cherry was not stopped at all. Looks like he just lost him right there, and just blowing up Tommy Utah in the backfield for a big sack, setting up a 2nd and long.
If you're new to the SFL, teams can construct their rosters any way that they want. Most teams invest in at least 1 offensive lineman. Louisiana has not, and they've now given up 21 sacks, most in the league. Scoreless through 1 quarter of play in South Carolina. Fred 0, Rev 0. This is the SFL presented by APM Music, live on Twitch. Happy to have you with us on this glorious Saturday afternoon from Charleston. Tim Hackett, Nate Hall in the booth, King Rashid, Dwayne Schindler in the stat truck, and Cam Irvine, as always, working hard behind the scenes. 2nd and 16 after the 2nd sack today for Charleston. Utah's hit again. Down he goes. 3rd sack of the day for Charleston.
And no chance for Tommy Utah whatsoever. This time it is Jack Brown getting in there for the sack from his inside linebacker position, blowing up Utah for yet another sack, 2nd one in a row.
We believe that's the first sack this season for the veteran linebacker Jack Brown. Charleston came into today with nearly 20 sacks as a team. They've got 3 already. Play action, Utah zips it 3rd and 19, no problem. Adam Banks with his first career catch in the SFL. It goes for 23 yards and a first down.
And congrats to that young man right there, Adam Banks, getting that first catch of his major league career under his belt. And what a big one it was. Just ran a perfect route over the middle, and that pass from Tommy Utah right on the spot. Big first down.
You said it exactly, Nate. They love to run the play action here in Louisiana. They did it last year with Reggie Streeter, one of the best backs in the league. He's gone. Now you've got 3 guys who might get the rock. Utah throws off it a lot. They will fling it out here to Colin Hart. He gets 1, and then he is absolutely stuck by Johnny Bravo.
And nowhere to go. Nice open field tackle by Bravo, hitting Colin Hart only after he gets a 1-yard gain on that reception.
Catches the ball quite a bit, Colin Hart. Always did, even when he was playing for Jason McGee and Sioux Falls Sparrows. 42 catches for 250 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns this year for Hart, an average of 6 yards per catch. Utah into traffic. 2 guys were there, and somehow Garrison Blue rips that away from a defender. I mean, it was Hoffman and a couple of other guys were right on top of him.
And I was looking at that path of that ball, and there was about, I want to say, like 3 Charleston defenders right there that could have maybe batted it down. But somehow, beyond that massive humanity, it finds its way to Blue for a nice gain.
Utah catches a break, under pressure, floats it up wide open. First down, Randy Squarebush. He gets shouldered down, but another big gain for Louisiana on 3rd down.
And this young man, Randy Squarebush, the rookie out of Annapolis, we saw him do that often in the minor leagues, and he's proving to be a major weapon on offense for this Louisiana squad, getting a nice catch to getting a first down out of it.
Only 7 catches for him on the season. That one goes for 11 and gives the Revs a first down from the 30. Utah will throw it again. Playing it short this drive. Spin move by Colin Hart, and he picks up a gain of 5. Here is the Charleston defense for Johnny Bravo and company. Joseph Sabolka, Robert Cherry, John Lawley, and Chris Joseph on the defensive line. This linebacker trio is something. Jack Brown, Jack Hoffman, and Eric Hammer, and you know about the secondary. This is the Charleston pride and joy. Johnny Bravo, Corey Menor, and Jacob Clear are the corners. Josh Reese, John Stamengo, and Sam Blotner are the safeties. Utah slings it top of the screen. Robo's got another catch, first down and more, and a gain of 10 for B. Robo, his 4th grab of the day.
Anytime you leave B. Robo that wide open on the left side, he's going to come away with the catch. I think Charleston's defense needs to play a little bit tighter on these wide receivers, or else these receivers for Louisiana is going to have a major day today.
55 catches for 551 yards and 2 touchdowns through 7 games for Robo. Play action again. Utah floats it up. It's caught. No, it's dropped.
Oh, no.
He had it, and then he was bodied by Josh Reese at the goal line.
Josh Reese with a major body blow right there to Collier on that pass. But Collier looked like he had it in his hands, and we saw it again, that play-action pass. Usually that brings up good pass plays. This time just drops it, and it falls incomplete.
Definition of a passing threat as a fullback. He's got twice as many receiving yards as rushing yards. On the ground they go, and it is Colin Hart this time gets 6. Or check that, Squarebush, my apologies, 30 in the Louisiana Whites. Collier, get this, Nate. I mean, he's got as many rushes as catches this season through 7 games, but twice as many receiving yards as rushing yards, like I said, 206 to 104. This guy's a fullback. He is a legit passing threat for Tommy Utah and could have had a receiving touchdown on that previous play. Now where do they go? Trips to the bottom and 1 to the top. 1 in the backfield this time. They will give it to Colin Hart on 3rd down, and Charleston was ready for it. 2 Preds are right there, led by the veteran defensive end, Chris Joseph.
Yeah, Chris Joseph right there, not allowing anything much past beyond that line of scrimmage, bring up a 4th down. And now my favorite guy on this Louisiana squad, Otis Boudreau, who by himself outscored the whole team from Carolina last week with 5 field goals, comes on for his first attempt today.
He's outscoring his own team really by himself as he lines up his first field goal attempt of the day. The SFL's leader in made field goals has another one. He's got 25, and Louisiana strikes first.
And Otis Boudreau getting the scoring started for the Revs early in this one. Good job. Nice drive. mixing up the run with the pass, getting them in that kind of range to set up their first score.
25-yard field goal, his 25th made field goal of the season, and the standout season for the fourth-year kicker from scenic Hickory, North Carolina continues. Deep return here for Jay Taylor. Spin move, and he gets out across the 27-yard line. It's as good a time as any to mention this stat, Nate, which is something that I found in getting ready for this game this week. Louisiana, I think it's fair to question where they would be this season without Otis Boudreaux. They're 5-2. That's a top 5 record in the SFL through 7 games. They've had excellent results this season. No one can take that away. But Boudreaux has outscored the offense by himself. As a team, Louisiana has scored 13 total touchdowns. Boudreaux has now hit 25 field goals. They've scored as many points. That's the same number of points, pretty much, as Swearingen is stopped for a loss of 1 on Charleston's first play after the field goal. If you do the math, Otis Boudreaux, with counting field goals and point afters scored this season, he has accounted for more points this season than the entire Revolution offense combined.
Just a major weapon for this Revs team, and they knew they had a great weapon on their hands when they signed Boudreaux, and he's just having a monster season so far.
Charleston's looking to right the ship and get back into it, trailing for the first time after that loss of 1. Kentez Johnson with his first completion of the day. Short link up with Ken McCarro.
And McCarro with his first catch of the ball game, but only for a short 3-yard gain. Let's see what they open up here on third down.
First catch for anybody today for Charleston. Remember, every single one of their first 6 plays went on the ground through Keith Swearingen. 3rd down and 7. They'll spread it out with 4 wides and an offset tight end. Johnson lofts it over the middle. Pass is caught. Out across the midfield line they go. Biggest play for the Pred offense so far today. Jay Taylor hauls it in.
Yeah, Jay Taylor just right in the right place. Beautiful pass from Kentez Johnson, too. Just a nice rainbow pass over to Jay Taylor. And no way for, looks like that was number 27. That's Tank Bennett. No way for him to even get in the position to try to knock that one away. Beautiful pass and catch by this offense.
That's something that is often said. No chance for Tank Bennett to make a play. He has been making plays for his whole career. This is his 8th season. That time he gets burned. Big gain. Longest one from scrimmage for Charleston today. Look at Kentez Johnson changing up all these singles. 3 in the backfield. Here is Swearingen and a nice spin move from him. Mike Ryan makes the stop after a gain of 5.
And about the 3rd or 4th time we've called Mike Ryan's name on tackles, but yet to get an interception, and we're about a quarter and a half through this ball game. So he's having a quiet day in terms of pass deflections and interceptions, but I'm sure he'll look to change that later. But nice gain, 5 yards on by Swearingen.
Mike Ryan slacking. Here's Swearingen with the give again, spins and picks up 1 or 2. Chance Wall, the rookie, check that, the sophomore from Illinois, makes the stop. Here is the secondary for Louisiana. Talked about this being Charleston's claim to fame. Same is true for the Revs. Even Arthur and Rolman Hood, they're a great pair of corners. And the safeties, Mike Ryan, Tank Bennett, and the rookie Dante Grimm. So now you're all caught up. 4:10 left in the first half already in a quick moving contest between Charleston and Louisiana. Another 3rd down. Kentez steps up, lofts it down the right sideline. McCarro makes the catch, and then he's pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line by Tank Bennett. Check it, it's Taylor. It's 80, not 10. Either way, another big play through the sky for the Preds.
And how in the world was Kentez Johnson not sacked in the backfield on that one? Looked like he was going to get hammered by that defense. And yeah, I was going to say, it looked like that receiver might have been out of bounds. I would not be surprised if they challenged this one, and it looks like they are going to do so.
Well, you're right, Nate. We are going to review for the first time today. I'm curious what you see here on the replay.
I saw maybe a both feet out of bounds. I couldn't see if he had 1 foot in. Let's see from right here. Maybe. I couldn't really tell from that angle. Not a good camera angle whatsoever from that vantage point. But let's see what they call here.
Wow.
Oh, they called it back.
Overturned on the play. So we said maybe Gerald Smith would challenge earlier in the game. You said too early in the game. You were right. Now, time ticking away in the second quarter. He does pull up the challenge, and this time he's successful. Tank Bennett forces the incomplete pass, and now it's 4th down.
Yeah, big call, big 4th down, and now they're going to have to punt this away back to Louisiana.
It could have been the second gain of 20-plus yards on this drive for Jay Taylor. Instead, it's going to be another punt for Cody Murphy, and Banks calls for and makes the fair catch at the 13. Have you checked out video content produced by our community lately? Catch the Sim Pod every week, SFL Crunch Time and Road to Glory every Wednesday night. SFL Nights with AJ Stryker premieres Thursday nights. Say It With Your Chest airs Fridays, and Netma can be seen all week long at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Every week, the live show schedule can be accessed through our Discord server at the top of the channel listing. Just look for the events tab. Lots of great content put out by our hardworking members of our community all week long. Charleston now back on defense. 4-minute drill for Louisiana, up by 3, and a short gain for Randy Squarebush.
Yeah, very short gain, only 2 yards on that run up the middle by Squarebush. But yeah, back to your point about the podcast, there is always something out, and if you have trouble finding any kind of content, you're just not looking.
They make it easy for you, and they put out good stuff as well. Really hardworking folks that are really passionate about all the different things in the SFL community that continues to grow every week, it seems. Oh, Utah baits Charleston offside, and a stutter step from Colin Hart didn't get him anything, but the Preds will get the Revs will get a free 5 yards anyway.
Yeah, that stop is not going to matter as they get little happy on that defensive line, trying to get an early jump. It looked like, yeah, number 92 Chris Joseph, the 5-year veteran, first year with this Charleston squad, just got a little antsy to try to get an early jump on that line.
We talked about Chris Joseph a little bit already today. His first year here, like you said, Nate, his 5th season in the league, 5th season for Joseph Sabolka, who line up right next to him, and then a couple of young guys on the other side, second-year man John Lawley and rookie defensive tackle Robert Cherry, who was Charleston's first-round pick in the most recent SFL draft, coming out of the SFLM champs, the Madison Lynx. Utah doing his best Kentez impression and changing all the signals. Here's the give to Squarebush, the up back. He gets the first down, and then it's shoved down at the 25.
And by Squarebush, looked like there was nothing there up the middle, but somehow able to squeeze his way through that initial push by the offensive line and gets his way to a first down. Nice run.
Stuck at the end of it for his troubles, but best run of the day for Randy Squarebush. Those two stud tailbacks combined 11 carries, 25 yards. Here goes Hart, and more of the same for Colin Hart. Right at the line of scrimmage and no further, Chris Joseph atones.
Yeah, Chris Joseph with a nice stop at the line of scrimmage for no gain on that play as we hit the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes left in the first half and only 3 points on the board, courtesy as usual of Otis Boudreau. This is the SFL presented by APM Music, live on Twitch. Well, two of the hottest teams in the SFL, two teams that have won 4 out of their last 5 games, doing battle here in the Palmetto State, but neither team's offense has really warmed up so far on this Saturday afternoon. Here goes Colin Hart on the give this time, and he picks up just a couple. Jack Hoffman makes that stop.
And over the last 2 plays, the first one going 0 yards, this one going for 2, looks like this Charleston defense is finally starting to crowd the line of scrimmage on those plays, not allowing these running backs any kind of room for any major plays.
Play action on 3rd down. Utah zips it, caught, first down. Cameron Collier, the fullback wide out combo with a gain of 9.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier on that how big of a fullback threat he was in a wide receiver position, getting catches further downfield. Proves it right there, getting a nice gain of about 10 or 11 yards, setting up a nice first down.
This makes this offense so much more dynamic. I'm not sure there's another offense in the league like Louisiana's. Not saying they're the best, but they're the only one that's really constructed this way. From the 37, lunging catch is made for a gain of 6. Clock keeps moving. That's Garrison Blue.
Yeah, Garrison Blue, nice 60-yard gain. Nice outstretched catch, too.
Louisiana's got all 3 timeouts. Utah zips it, same play, same result to the 49-yard line. Back-to-back grabs for Blue.
Let's see if they continue to go to him on this 3rd play in a row.
Charleston's got 7 men in the box. Utah steps up sidearm.
Oh no!
Intercepted right into the hands of Jack Hoffman, his 3rd interception this season, and this Rev drive comes to a screeching halt.
Yeah, and it looked like they were trying to go outside there to chase Earl, but unable to hit that out route. And two Charleston defenders right there, one to bat it away, right, and tipped it right into the hands of the awaiting Jack Hoffman for a nice interception.
Might have been Bravo who got his hands on it. Either way, it's Hoffman once again who makes another big play in this game. Hoffman and Brown at the thick of things for the Preds defense. No surprise. Johnson now with all 3 timeouts. Quick throw, quick catch, and they'll give him about 6. That's Lyric Da Vinci with his first catch.
They need to show a little more hurry up if they want to score.
Only 20 seconds left in the half. Johnson, top of the screen, caught but out of bounds, short of the line to gain. Buchanan Simons makes his first catch.
And that's unusual because Buchanan Simons, one of their top receivers, and for him to only have his first catch of the ball game with only 18 seconds left in the second quarter, very uncharacteristic to this offense. Let's see if they try to get him more targets.
Big play threat over the course of his career for sure, but only 28 catches through 7 weeks, with both Drew and Kentez Johnson throwing in passes. 3rd and 1, they'll check it down. Swearingen has nowhere to go. Another stop in the backfield by Mike Ryan, and these 2 teams are going to go to half.
Yes, they will. And Mike Ryan making another tackle for loss, big play right before the halftime, getting his team a stop.
Go short on 3rd and 1 to Keith Swearingen, the guy who catches the ball a fair bit, Nate, but only his first catch today. And after 20 minutes of play, it is Revs 3, Preds no score. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, live on Twitch. Happy to have you with us. Halftime show is complete. We're ready for the second half. The Preds are going to get the ball first to start the second half. I should have said 22 minutes of action, not 20, but regardless, 22 minutes, 3 combined points. Crazy first half, but really, Nate, exactly what we expected.
Yeah, both these teams' defenses, we knew how strong they were defensively, and they both are putting on a show for us today, making big stops on each drive so far with plenty of action on each team's defenses.
I mean, we talked about it, but these two defenses are 2 of the best in the league. Charleston has been known as having an elite defense, have had one ever since, really, they moved to Charleston a few seasons ago. They're 9th in the league in points allowed per game, 26. But Louisiana is that much better. 2nd in the league, 19.3 points allowed per game. Only Baltimore, the reigning champs, the last undefeated team in the SFL, has allowed fewer points this season than Louisiana has. Baltimore has played 1 fewer game, but also better points allowed average, 18.5. But those are the only 2 teams in the SFL, Baltimore and Louisiana, that allow on average fewer than 20 points per game. And of course, Louisiana in that first half, 0 points allowed.
0 points allowed, and looking to keep that streak going as they come out on the first drive after the half.
Swearingen gets the give, and now Johnson will throw into traffic and picked off. Mike Ryan has done it again, 10 straight games with an interception, and he takes this one inside the 20-yard line.
What an accomplishment this is for Mike Ryan. Safety for Louisiana just goes up there and snags that one, and he now has an interception in 10 straight games. He's hit double digits. What a streak this kid's on, and he's having himself a great season so far.
Third-year safety from Andover, Minnesota, had 10 interceptions total over his first 2 seasons. His first with San Diego, and then last season his first with Louisiana, and now he has 10 interceptions this season alone. Incredible. Utah has all day, zips it this way, and caught out of bounds by B.E. Robo. So this is the best field position that either team has had, obviously, Nate, and Louisiana failed on that hurry up early, or late rather, in that first half with the turnover. Now they've got another chance with a red zone opportunity.
Yeah, they do have another chance in the red zone, but they've got to capitalize. The last time they had it down this deep, they settled for a short Otis Boudreaux field goal. They've got to get in the end zone, or else they could be spelling trouble if Charleston's able to catch up.
There are only 13 touchdowns scored on offense this season, 4th fewest in the league, and Charleston gets to Tommy Utah again. Another sack for the team that has given up the most sacks in the SFL through 7 weeks. Joseph Sabolka leads the pack.
Yeah, Joseph Sabolka, 5th-year man on that defensive line, able to get right up the middle and bring down Tommy Utah, setting up a 3rd and country mile almost on this one, looking to get this third down.
How far can they get on 3rd and 16? Utah will fling it out this way. Robo again makes the catch, and like you said earlier, Nate, this is a common play for Louisiana, and in fairness, for a lot of teams here in this league, they get 8 on that mid-out route, and that'll bring out Otis Boudreaux once again.
Yeah, if you're on Louisiana's offense, though, you got to be looking for something that's going to net you a first down. You know that mid out route's not going to net you anything past 8 or 9 yards, and when you need 16 for a first down, you got to change that play up to something that's going to go to something deeper.
At least it makes it a little bit easier on Otis, I guess, who has only missed 1 field goal this season, though that did come last week against Carolina. His 2nd field goal today, no problem at all. So he's good from 25. He's good from 33. He's now got 26 made field goals this season, most in the league.
Yeah, and that miss from last week was not his fault. That snap was bobbled and ended up being blocked, so he had no chance to get that one away. Had that snap been perfect, he would have still been perfect on the year. So he's just can't say enough about how great of a year this guy's having.
It's great to put that in context because there are other guys who have other guys and gals, I should say, that have better field goal percentages this season than Otis has, because no one has attempted more field goals than Otis has. 27 and now 26 made, and as you say, has only missed being blocked.
Absolutely.
Jay Taylor, the former tight end for Charleston, now comes up as another season as a wide receiver. Both of these teams have guys like that. We talked about B. Robo started his career as the tight end for the Revs, now turning in the best season of his career as a wide receiver. And Taylor had that one big catch for the Preds, had the second one wiped away because of the successful challenge. What does Charleston do here? Here goes Swearingen. Again, they will try to feed Keith Swearingen, and combo tackle there with Slyn Shady, the new veteran linebacker for this Louisiana team, and Rallman Hood.
Shady and Hood, two veterans in this league, coming in to bring down Swearingen before he only gets a 5-yard gain, setting up a 2nd and 5. So good play, nice run still, though, for Swearingen.
Charleston in the offset on. I'll run it to Swearingen, who's got room, left tackle, and a first down for Keith Swearingen. Hit from behind by Chuck Diesel, the middle linebacker for Louisiana, but another first down for Keith. What about this offseason acquisition for Louisiana, Nate? Slyn Shady, 9th total season in the SFL, so in his previous 8 seasons, he's made the All-Star game 7 times, including last season with Vegas. He has been an inside linebacker, he's been an outside linebacker, so with Chuck Diesel holding it down in the middle of this defense, Slyn now on the outside along with Blake B. Craze, who's been on this team before. First down, Johnson throws, gain of 7 for Buchanan Simons, his first catch, but I absolutely love Slyn Shady as an offseason acquisition for Ross Napoli and company. He just makes this defense that much better.
Yeah, he really does. Slyn Shady, just a veteran of this league, bringing his prowess from the linebacker's position to this Louisiana defense, and a defense that's already as lethal as they are in the secondary. Now just adding another weapon, this team is turning into a great defense.
Johnson will throw again. He was looking for the tight end, Lyric Da Vinci, trying to break out. It looked like he might have been held there, Nate, but no call on the play, 3rd down.
Yeah, no call. That pass falls incomplete, bringing up a 3rd down, as he said. These tight ends for Charleston, Dusty Rourke and Da Vinci, both have had quiet days today. Da Vinci only with 1 catch so far. Rourke's been shut out as of this point.
3rd down and 3. Charleston will flip that formation that they ran from earlier. They will run it again. Swearingen breaks through Hood, but he can't break through the second man. That is Blake B. Craze. We mentioned him, the offseason acquisition of Slyn Shady. Craze used to be a linebacker on this team, took last season off. They bring him back. Only 28 tackles for him through 7 weeks, and a big stop for him there on 3rd down.
Huge stop on 3rd down by Craze, getting him down before he can get to the first down marker, and Charleston is going to have to punt once again.
Another punt from Cody Murphy. This Charleston offense has done almost nothing outside of that big catch from Jay Taylor and the return from a rookie, Adam Banks. What a weird situation this has been. Nate, you can speak to this better than I can. There have been so many mid-season changes across the SFL. We've talked about the biggest one Well, at least it was the biggest one for about 2 weeks. TD Drew out, Kentez Johnson in. You can argue that Baltimore has now made a bigger move. Jimmy Hazard out, Warren Murray in as the tailback for the reigning champs, but it's a much more minor move, but for Louisiana, something that could be important. Anthony Delano out, Adam Banks in as their number 3 wide receiver. This is his debut. Gain of 6 here for Colin Hart.
Yeah, gain of 6 for Hart there on first down. But we saw earlier in the first half, Adam Banks getting his first reception of his career with this Revolution offense. Congrats to him for sure. But he's looking to prove that he's going to be just another weapon in this Revolution offense for games to come.
Delano only made 18 catches through 7 weeks, had 183 yards and no touchdowns. But again, Tommy Utah's only thrown 7 this season. He'll fling it here. Collier again with the catch. Runs right into Kentez Johnson. 2 guys who used to play in the SFL in Texas, meeting on the sideline, gain of 2.
And nice friendly, chat there after that catch is made by those two, being teammates for so many years. But nice catch, good gain, setting up a 3rd and short. Let's see if they try to get the running game. Well, looks like they're in the passing formation. Let's see what they do here on 3rd down.
Wouldn't surprise me knowing this team if they run out of this formation, but I 100% am with you. They will play action out of it, no surprise. Utah this way, diving catch, caught, they'll say, by Robo on the outside line, 1st down.
I would love to see a replay of this one. I'm not sure B Robo got that toe drag in, but maybe he's got that one toe down before sliding his way out of bounds. But that pass by Utah off of another play action pass attempt, so proving that that's his bread and butter when good things happen on offense.
15 runs, 19 passes in this game for Louisiana. Here's run number 6. And that one did not last very long. Hart stretches outside. He gets waylaid. Gain of 2.
And this time looked like that was number 28. That is John Stamango with just a brutal hit on Hart. Glad to see Hart okay. Maybe a little woozy after that one, but a great hit by the defender right there, Stamango.
3rd-year member of this team, Stamango was a backup last year, starting strong safety this year. Again, Charleston jumps offside, and this time Utah will be able to hit Robo, who falls out of bounds once again, right for a gain of about 5 or 6, Nate. So decision time, this sure looked like an offside. So what do you do here?
I would go ahead and take the penalty just because you get an extra down out of it. So, yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to do. But that is the 2nd penalty for Chris Joseph in this ball game. He had one in the first half where he jumped offsides. The 2nd one here on this drive. He's got to stay disciplined on that defensive line.
Charleston has been very good at rushing the quarterback this season. 19.5 sacks, one of the better marks as a team. That's just among star players, of course. Chris Joseph had 4 of those, but like you said, 2 offsides penalties already in this game midway through quarter number 3. So they accept the penalty. It's now 2nd and 3. Charleston showing blitz. Offset eye here goes Colin Hart. Best run of the day for Hart out across the 45.
And just a huge hole opened up in the middle of that offensive line. And with a burst of speed that Hart is known for, he takes full advantage of it. Led by Collier, the fullback right there. But they didn't even get Collier didn't even get a block until he was about 10 or 15 yards downfield. So just a great job of opening the hole up by that offensive line.
Unofficially had 20 rushing yards on his first 11 carries. That time he got 10, so now he's up to 30. They will go back to him. Running room for Hart, and he picks up 5 that time. So back-to-back good rushes for Colin Hart, who's now in his 8th season in the SFL. None of his stats this year are particularly standout, Nate, but it's not a surprise because they are trying to be the backfield committee here in Louisiana. This was the stated approach coming into this offseason after so many years where Reggie Streeter was one of the best tailbacks in the SFL. He retires, and how do you replace one good tailback with 2 good tailbacks? That's the mentality. Utah will throw. Hart makes the catch. Stopped in the backfield once again. Charleston has been brutal in this backfield in a good way. Johnny Bravo at the stop.
Yeah, and this time getting a stop behind the line off that reception. Just a great upfield tackle and bringing up a 3rd down. A big 3rd down coming up now for Charleston's defense.
Louisiana has been one of the best rushing teams in the SFL ever since they have been the Louisiana Revolution. Trying to keep up that mantra even with 2 new guys toting the rock this year. 3rd and 7, no play action. Utah will throw it to Squarebush, trying to accelerate, lowers the shoulders, and they'll stop him short of the yellow line, Nate. Another important spot coming up.
Yeah, it is a very important spot. I'm going to be really interested to see if they try to go for it here on 4th down, or if it's going to be just inside Otis Boudreau's field goal range. Looks like they're keeping the offense on the field, though.
It will. Early reactions looked like Otis was moving. They will instead bring the offense back out. 2:45 left in the 3rd, now 12 seconds on the play clock.
I agree with this.
Squarebush is the tailback. Now the clock's at 5. Is it the bait and switch move? It is. Tommy Utah takes the timeout. Do you still agree with it?
Oh, I love the call just because you've gotten Chris Joseph to jump offsides twice in this ball game, hoping to make it a 3rd time, 2nd time on this drive. So yeah, I definitely love that call, trying to catch the defensive line for Charleston napping once again. But this time the line was just very, very disciplined this time, and it's good because it only bring up a field goal attempt from Otis Boudreau.
Fantastic point by you. They have gotten Joseph to jump offsides twice, but Boudreau has also knocked it through twice. This would be his longest field goal of the season. This from about 50 yards. Snap down from Wiska Lafouche, and the kick from Otis Boudreau is good. Officially from 51, a new season long, a hat trick for Otis, and Louisiana leads 9-0.
I wanted to see how much room he had before that. Looks like it was pretty close to that bottom crossbar, but he had just enough oomph on that kick to get that over. And for 3 more points for Otis Boudreau, just continuing this guy's amazing season. 3 more points to set up a nice 2-possession game for this Louisiana offense.
The SFL players are touted because as they progress, they get better. That is just how it works in the league. Rookies are not meant to be as good as players who have been in this league for 5, 6, 7, 8 years and so long. And so on. Otis was a very good kicker in the minor leagues. He was part of SFLM's first season. He was a 1st-round draft pick by the Las Vegas Fury, but his first season in the SFL wasn't all that good, but it's not like he was bad, but it wasn't great. Since then, every season, he has got better. Last year was excellent, made his first All-Star Game appearance. This year, he's right back on that path. He's probably a front-runner for an All-Star Game appearance here in season 18. He has been magnificent for 2 seasons in a row, and that's just, to me, Nate, a statement to how progression can help any player in this league.
Yeah, no matter what position you play, progression and getting your player set up on the right path in that progression, the way you progress your player is just something important. And proving it right there is Otis Boudreau. Just as you said, just having an outstanding year this year and doing better each year as it goes on.
Fuentes will throw it again. Back-to-back throws out of the backfield for Keith Swearingen. The first one got him 4. That one got him about 1. Look at the updated team stats from Cameron Irvine and also our stat crew, Dwayne Schindler and King Rashid. Louisiana owning really so far the offense, but the sacks in favor of Charleston. Turnovers are even, not a surprise with these 2 teams. Louisiana with the better offense and obviously the advantage on the scoreboard. 3rd down and 5. 3 wides to the top, and Swearingen in the backfield for Kentez Johnson in his 3rd game playing for Charleston. Has time, zips it over the middle, caught. 1st down, Buchanan Simons out to the 38-yard line.
And a nice 3rd down conversion for this Charleston offense. Kentez Johnson able to sit back in the pocket, find an open Buchanan Simons right over the middle on that crossing pattern, and nice 1st down right there. Great job by this offense.
Been a quiet season for Buchanan Simons, like we said. Started when TD Drew was the signal caller, has kept up here with Kentez last week. Only 5 catches for 61 yards, but when these 2 teams met up a season ago, he absolutely dazzled. 176 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Here's Swearingen on the ground, stopped for another loss. Couple of members of the Revs defense were there. That is Leonard Butler Sr. getting off the pile. But that, of course, last season was with T.D. Drew as the starting quarterback for Charleston. The defense held Tommy Utah to just 200 passing yards, 2 interceptions, and no touchdowns. But it's important to note that that was Utah's second game in the SFL. The rookie first-round pick making his second ever pro appearance. 2nd and 11, risky throw that time from Johnson. No. Louisiana brought the house, and there are still plenty of reinforcements there to stop Keith for another loss. That was Rolliman Hood.
Yeah, Rolliman Hood there to make the stop. Looked like Craze might have been there also in that play, but what a play getting that loss.
All Revs so far on the scoreboard, a trio of spot kicks for Otis Boudreaux, and that's the offense so far. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, live on Twitch. Fort Moultrie Memorial Stadium in Charleston. Happy to have you with us. Alongside Nate Hall, I'm Tim Hackett, King Rashid, and Dwayne Schindler in the stat truck. Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green behind the scenes. 11 minutes in regulation left to go. What can this Charleston offense do? Johnson will load it up, fire, swatted, and then almost caught on the redirect, but Rolliman Hood has his fingerprints on it again.
Yeah, Rolliman Hood with a nice pass deflection right there. Looked like the receiver right there had a couple of steps on Rolliman Hood, and it just wasn't to be. I think Kentez Johnson need to get a little bit more air into this one to get that one over to Jay Taylor, but unfortunately for them, it falls incomplete.
Jay Taylor has been the target on those deep balls. We have seen both over the course of the career arc for Charleston. Simons and McCarroll, both of those guys have been prone to going off for big home run passes from T.D. Drew, but today it has been Jay Taylor, the deep man. Ken McCarroll was nowhere to be found. 1 catch for 3 yards, 1 catch for Lyric Da Vinci, and no catches, as you said earlier, for the rookie tight end Dusty Roark. And Buchanan Simons didn't have any only had one until that drive. So it's really been all Jay Taylor in the passing offense when Kentez has really tried to throw it, if he hasn't tried to check it down.
Yeah, it really has. And other than passing it, Keith Swearington now on the day only has 65 yards on the ground of 16 attempts, so only a little over 4 yards a carry. So he's having a quiet day uncharacteristically himself.
Johnson has also attempted 16 passes, so Charleston is even on that, but still scoreless. Nothing to show for all of that even-handedness with an approach. Randy Squarebush gets that give and a gain of about 3. He was such a dynamic running back in the minor leagues this last season, playing for the Annapolis Navigators, one of the original teams in the SFLM. He was known to be one of the top running back draft prospects, ended up going number 5 to Louisiana. That was a team that people figured might be on the lookout for a running back, but they had already picked up Colin Hart in the offseason. Squarebush gets that give and a gain of 1. So it's just such an unusual approach to the offseason for Ross Napoli, who's never been afraid to be a trendsetter in this league, Nate. I say that with as kindly as I intend that with best intentions, and it's just a unique approach. Not many teams have tried to do that besides DC of late, and it's carried Louisiana to a 5-2 record so far.
Yeah, we saw the move paying dividends this season so far as Tommy Utah gets a nice pass over the middle to the rookie Adam Banks, now with his second catch of the day. But definitely this 2 running back set for Louisiana is paying dividends, and it proves it in the win-loss column.
This is their first game playing together. They've only been practicing this week, and Adam Banks already has 2 catches on 3rd down as Utah is able to fling it away before he gets hit again. Sabolka brought him down. I've got Charleston with 4 sacks already in this game. That could have been number 5.
Yeah, it could have been number 5. Sabolka was about half a second too late on that hit on Utah. But that hit still caused that pass to go wayward and fall incomplete. So nice play by Sabolka.
1 man in the backfield now for Tommy Utah. Up to unofficially 138 passing yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Similar to his stat line against Charleston last year. Flings it, that's caught. First down for B. Robo, right to the 40-yard line. His killer day continues.
Yeah, it really does. And B. Robo just finding himself open on that down the middle route once again. And I think if Charleston's going to get back in this game coming down the stretch here in the 4th quarter, they're going to have to rely on this defense to start making some plays in this pass game.
Robo's been one of the best wideouts in the SFL so far this season. Another good game for him there. Colin Hart picks up 3. 5th in the league in catches, like we said. Averaging 80 receiving yards per game is Robo. 3rd in the league in targets with 71 coming into today. Both of those numbers that we just mentioned, 2nd in the league among wideouts. The only other guys that were better than Robo in terms of catches were all running backs, except for Gunnar Lewis of San Diego, who is having a sensational season his first year on the West Coast. Utah throws here on 2nd down and a gain of about 5. Big hit, and slow to get up afterwards is the tight end Garrison Blue.
Yeah, big hit, but Garrison Blue's a big enough guy at, let's see what he's, 6'5", 255, so definitely a big tight end, able to get up after that major hit. So nice to see him get up after that big play.
3rd and 2 on the ground they go. Charleston is ready for it once again. This Preds rush defense has been sensational. This was the team that allowed the 5th fewest rushing yards in the league entering action today. Louisiana, 9th in the league in rush yards on offense. They've continued to try to pound the rock, and it hasn't worked.
It really hasn't, and this time Eric Hammer coming in for a nice tackle to make sure it doesn't convert that 3rd down run right up the middle. But yeah, we'll see Otis Boudreaux once again for his 4th field goal attempt.
Here he comes once again. He's already 3 to the good. This one from about 48. More pressure this time from Charleston, but Boudreaux's kick is good once again. He's 4 of 4. He's made 28 kicks this season, and Louisiana leads 12-0.
28 for 29 this year. You just can't say enough about this kicker from Madison. Maybe don't know this, but it's a former teammate of mine in the minor leagues, as I was on the same inaugural championship winning Madison Lynx squad in season 1. So I'm loving this, seeing him do great things for this Louisiana team.
I remember that, and I was talking with you a little bit about it earlier, but for some reason that dot didn't connect. That was my first game as well, seeing you guys play for the Madison Lynx against the Annapolis Navigators, week 1 of season 1 of the SFLM, and here all 3 of us are now here in the big leagues. Kind of crazy how that all works out.
Yes, it is. I love to see it, though.
The SFLM has just continued to grow. You can see that right now on the bottom of your screen, up to 82 players. Not something I don't think you and I would have thought of in the first season of the SFLM 2 calendar years ago. So what Cameron Irvine and crew have done to continue to build up this product is remarkable. Louisiana jumps offside for the first time. Solid gain of about 7 for Swearingen. Bennett makes that stop. We'll see what the Preds decide to do.
Yeah, I don't know what they'll do here. Let's see if they accept it or not. Looks like they do. So they're going to take the 1st and 5 over a 2nd and 3, as Butler Sr. just got a little too antsy on that defensive line.
You mentioned that big game last season when Charleston beat Louisiana. That was here at Fort Moultrie Stadium, only the 3rd all-time meeting between these 2 franchises. This, of course, being the 4th. Ross Napoli reminding me that in that game, Tank Bennett, the stud safety for Louisiana, left injured, and that was a big reason why Buchanan Simons was able to go off for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns and help Charleston to a 4-point win. 1st and 5 after the penalty. Swearingen is hit by the aforementioned Tank Bennett, who is back healthy. Good news for the Revolution and its fans. Stop after a gain of 2.
Yeah, so it really doesn't matter if you accept the penalty or not, because it's still 2nd and 3, like it would have been after that 7-yard gain by Swearingen. But they'll get it any way they can. 2nd and 3 coming up here.
That's a good point. All you've done is job him out of a 7-yard run. So he's mad about it. 2nd and 3, maybe he'll get it here. No, he won't. Louisiana ready for it. Slyn Shady, we talked about him, the offseason acquisition. The Englishman makes the stop, gain of 2.
Slyn Shady stopping them short of that 1st down marker to set up a 3rd and 1 for this Charleston offense. If Charleston wants to stay in this game, now under 6 minutes left into this one, you've got to get this 1st down or else he could be in trouble.
You've got to get points here, you would think. Down 2 scores, now under 6 to go. This 1st down is step 1. Here's
no.
Going to get it. Absolutely blown up behind the line of scrimmage. A one-on-one stop by Slyn Shady, introducing himself to Keith Swearingen.
And 2 plays in a row, this time going for a 1-yard loss. Slyn Shady coming up with huge plays on defense to stop this drive in its tracks and forcing Charleston to once again punt this one away.
This is crazy. Time is ticking away from the Preds, and even on 4th and 2, it's on their own end of the field, so Cody Murphy is going to punt away once again. Banks in his SFL debut, not a whole lot there, short return. The SFL continues spotlighting games in their own time slot. Monday, March 14th, St. Louis versus Florida. This week's special feature, live mics all night from both teams' coaching staffs as they talk about the matchup and the game unfolding in front of them. Visit Simulationfl.net for complete Monday night special schedule and details. Just another new thing that the SFL is rolling out over the course of this season 18, adding to the product, showing you at home a little bit of a different look and bringing you insight unlike anything that we've ever seen before. Louisiana going to try to milk the clock. They'll throw it out. Collier makes another catch, toes the sideline, and somehow stays in bounds. A gain of 9.
And really, Tommy Utah could have gone either way on that one, whether it be the fullback route or the halfback route on the right-hand side, because both were open coming out of the backfield. But this time he chose to go to Collier. Collier gets 9 yards before he's tackled. Nice gain on first down.
4:44 left in the fourth, and second down now from the 40-yard line. Here goes Hart trying to navigate right tackle, and this time he will get the first down. Just barely hit at the end by John Stomango.
Yes, Domingo tried to get there before he could cross that first down marker, but just not in time as Hart is able to cross that line to gain, set up a first down, and now time really becoming a factor here in late stages of the fourth quarter.
2 good games in the fourth quarter to start off week 9 of season 18 of the SFL. Tim Hackett and Nate Hall here with you live from Charleston. Louisiana Revolution on top, on the road with the ball with 4:10 left in regulation time. Here's the give. Collier, the fullback, gets a carry, rare for him today, and no gain on the play. Other game in action live on Next Level Sports, Vancouver and Mexico City. You see the updates in the top right of your screen. You can find that game live on Next Level Sports on your television with Michael Churillo and Wade Phillips, but we're happy to have you here in Charleston. No gain on that play. Nice stop by this Rev defense. Or check that by the Prez defense, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I've been keeping an eye on each of these games for different reasons, but
You may
definitely
have a
love
vested interest
calling.
in that other one.
Oh, yeah, for sure, but definitely enjoy calling this one for sure.
Here goes the give. Squarebush has the carry that time, and once again, nothing doing. So 2 similar plays, same exact result. They run that offset, the split back set. I call it the pistol formation, or I call it the holster formation, with the 2 running backs right alongside the hips of the quarterback, and they run it left tackle, and Charleston was ready for it.
And this last time it was Sabalka there for the stop for no gain. Let's see if they try to air it out here to try to keep this drive going and keep the Preds offense off the field.
Charleston still has all 3 timeouts, but now less than 3 minutes remain. 3 wides to the bottom of the screen for Tommy Utah. Play action, he'll throw it. Is it Banks?
Yep, it is.
Banks is open in his debut for the 3rd time today. On 3rd down, they fake play action, they throw it over the middle, and Adam Banks delivers. Welcome to the SFL.
Welcome to the SFL indeed. Adam Banks now with 3 catches on the day, becoming quickly a new favorite target of Tommy Utah in this game. 55 yards now receiving, but no catch bigger than that one right there. Just a big gain on 3rd down to keep this clock rolling, now under 2.5 minutes.
In this game, Adam Banks has outgained Chase Earl, Ken McCarl, Buchanan Simons, and Lyric Da Vinci combined. That's crazy. Louisiana will pack it in as we get close to the 2-minute warning. They will have to snap it, and they will. To the up man, it's Squarebush, minimal gain, but that's all he needs, and we'll tick down to the 2-minute warning in South Carolina. The Revs with a 12-0 lead. Every point courtesy of Otis Boudreau. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, live on Twitch. On this Saturday showcase in South Carolina, alongside Nate Hall, I'm Tim Hackett, Dwayne Schindler, King Rashid in the stat truck, Cameron Irvine behind the scenes. 2 minutes left in regulation time. Louisiana trying to ice it by scoring any more points. Here goes Collier bruising forward, and a nice gain of about 3 or 4 brings up 3rd down. Timeout Charleston.
Yeah, but it's still 8 yards, and Charleston's defense now with their backs against the wall, having to use their timeouts. They need to stop right here if they want to try to get the ball back. Already in Otis Boudreau's field goal range. We saw him kick it from further out than this. So even if they don't get it, it's still going to be 3 more points potentially for this offense. But Charleston's defense needs to stop here.
Go Squarebush, try to put it away. They will not. And Charleston actually is able to force him back for a yard or two, Nate. I mean, to your point, Boudreaux has already hit from this distance or longer twice today, but a big-time stop from Jack Brown brings up 4th down.
Yeah, big-time stop by Jack Brown on this defense. Bringing up the 4th down, as you said, holding this team, this offense of Louisiana only for a 3-point attempt here from Otis Boudreaux, but still keeping the door open for a possible comeback for this Charleston team.
Boudreaux is already made from 25, 33, 48, and 51 today. Charleston uses its 2nd timeout, and with less than 2 minutes to go, Boudreaux comes on for another one. He's got it from 48, and for the 2nd straight week, Otis Boudreaux has made 5 field goals in a game, and that one might seal it. 15-0 Revs.
I'm going to call it right now. This guy's going to end up with the season record in field goals, already now with 29 on the season. I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was like 32 or 34 field goals made by Amanda Moyer, or all-time field goals made in a season up until this point. But with 5 or 6 games left to be played, 5 games left, I guess it is. But Louisiana, I think he's going to get it before the season over.
Double check, and maybe Cameron Irvine can get on that for us as well, depending on how intense that other game in Mexico City is. But he is on pace to break that. He was at the midseason mark, and then, like you said, 5 field goals now in the last 2 games has brought him up to 29 on the season. Amanda Moyer, of course, the former kicker for the Charleston Predators, and we haven't heard from their kicker at all, Brad Breckett, at all. They have not even been across midfield, really, it seems like, besides maybe just one time after that big catch from Jay Taylor. He almost had that second one that was overturned on the successful challenge from Gerald Smith, and not since. Johnson's pass is batted twice. You see him, Kentez, looking for a flag. Nothing doing. A couple of different guys could have caught that one.
Yeah, a couple different guys was there to catch that one, but Kentez Johnson's not going to get that call. That was just great defense by Louisiana, able to knock that ball away and make it fall incomplete.
From the 22-yard line and only 1:42 left in regulation, the Preds still need 2 touchdowns now. Johnson, no drop, he'll float it, it's tipped again, and could have been picked 3 times. Mike Ryan had the first contact, Buchanan Simons was the target. 3rd down and 10 now.
Looked like Evan Arthur was also there with another tip as well, but we'll see the one from Ryan on the replay. Just right there, the 3 guys was right there to pick that one off, just couldn't come up with it. And in the background is Simons trying to catch it off the tip himself, just unable to come away with it. Big 3rd down coming up for this offense.
All of the takeaways that Louisiana has this season, if you told me even Arthur was last on the team among the secondary and interceptions, I would have told you were crazy. He's only got 1. Everybody else has at least 2. Johnson will throw on 3rd and 10.
Oh.
Caught. 1st down and more out towards midfield to the 45-yard line. Another big gain for Jay Taylor. He has been the Charleston offense today.
He really has, and another big catch right there. It looked like Dante Graham was in the path of that pass, ready to pick that one off right there, but just couldn't get a hand on it. Jay Taylor comes down with it instead. Big 1st down for this offense as we are approaching the late stages in the 4th quarter here, almost a minute left.
Charleston will use its 3rd and final timeout. Grimm was on that coverage. The rookie from Boise has 2 interceptions this season, including a pick 6. That's more interceptions than the aforementioned Evan Arthur, who has 35 over his standout 6+ year career. From the 45, 2nd big pass play from Kentez Johnson in his 3rd game with Charleston to Jay Taylor. He will float it over the middle. There were a couple of guys there, but they weren't on the same page. Maybe that is the newness in this Predators offense shining through, Nate. Ken McCarroll was there. Yeah,
Ken McCarroll was there, but it looked like there might have been pressure up the middle too. Tommy Utah making him throw that ball errant. It falls incomplete, but yeah, definitely not on the same page right there on that pass attempt.
Louisiana does not get a ton of sacks on the season, less than 10 on the season before today from their stars, but they've still made Kentez's life tough today. 2nd and 10, zips it, and the receiver was hit as he tried to make the catch by Even Arthur. That was Buchanan Simons. Check that, it was 19, Raven Sabolka, not 14, on the target from Kentez Johnson, and it'll be 3rd and 10 for the 2nd straight set of downs.
Yeah, looking for a backup Raven Sabolka.
Welcome those of you joining us live on Next Level Sports. 15-0 Louisiana over Charleston on 5 made field goals from Otis Boudreau. Tim Hackett and Nate Hall here with you live from Fort Moultrie Memorial Stadium. The Preds down by 15 with the ball with 90 seconds left. Kentez Johnson throws, swatted away, incomplete. More great coverage in this secondary, Nate Hall, by the Louisiana defense. That time Dante Grimm does get a hand on it.
Yeah, he does. He was close that last attempt. He tried to knock that ball away when they got that long catch from Jay Taylor, but this time Graham was in the right position to knock it away. Last chance for this Charleston offense to try to come away with a first down.
4th and ball game for the Preds, trailing by 15. Johnson has all day, throws into traffic, could have been picked, and that will do it. Right in and out of the hands of the veteran linebacker, Slyn Shady. He doesn't care. Louisiana will take over, up by 15.
Yeah, up by 15 now, and Charleston with only 1 timeout left. All Louisiana has to do now, as we take a look at that batted ball that Slyn Shady just made to seal this one, all Louisiana's offense has to do now is kneel it about 3 times, and this one is over. What a great win, and what a game by this defense and by Otis Boudreau on special teams.
Shady just a tackle away unofficially from becoming the 9th player in league history to surpass 1,000 tackles. He had a big 4th quarter to help preserve this win, and now it's just Niels coming for Tommy Utah for the 2nd straight season, Nate. Tommy Utah is going to throw 0 touchdowns in a game against the Charleston Predators, but unlike last season where the Preds won at home, this time Louisiana is going to pick up a statement win on the road.
Statement win, even with 2 interceptions, no touchdowns through the air. No touchdowns at all to speak of. All the points coming from kicker Otis Boudreau, but finding a way to win still is this Revolution team, and they're playing tough right now, finding ways to win no matter if they have a poor game.
And no more Niels coming. That will do it for Tommy Utah, Gerald Smith, the Louisiana Revolution. For the last 5 game weeks, the SFL has been talking about a revolution. Louisiana has won 5 in a row. Today, powered by 5 field goals from Otis Boudreau, who has 1 for every finger for the 2nd straight week. He's now up to 29 made field goals within striking distance of the all-time SFL record for most field goals in a season. Incredible performance from Otis today. He's the entire offense, and Louisiana, it's a final. The Revs beat the Preds 15-0. They even up this all-time series at 2 games apiece. Louisiana has won 5 in a row. They're now 6-2. A shutout win for this standout defense.
And this Louisiana Revolution team, despite not scoring touchdowns on offense, still finding ways to win with their great kicker Otis Boudreau. As you said, 5 for 5 today, now with 29 on the year, on pace to shatter that previous record set by Amanda Moyer on field goals made in a season. Just a great season he's having. But what does it say about this Louisiana team, though, if they're still winning games by scoring only field goals and still winning? I mean, 5 wins in a row by this squad after this win today. The way this offense works, even though they don't score touchdowns as much as some other winning teams do, this should scare any team and any opponent that should come their way in the future.
Only 13 touchdowns entering action today. That was 4th fewest in the league. Add a fat 0 to that after today. They did not breach the end zone once, so still 13 touchdowns now through 8 games. But it doesn't matter because, like you said, Nate, so well, they can do other things so well. This special teams unit is fantastic, as we've proved time and time again in this game. This defense is top-notch. Again, they're one of just 2 teams that surrender an average of 20 points or fewer in the SFL, and today, 0 on the board from Charleston, even though this Revs offense has not kicked it into high gear with their 3 legitimate ball carriers out of the backfield, this is still a team to be feared.
Yes, the team to be feared, and just special teams play and their defense. Their defense is lethal. Mike Ryan, can't say enough about him as he comes away with his interception, his 10th game in a row with an interception, as we see Otis Boudreau, player of the game, well deserved.
No question about it. 5 made field goals for the 2nd straight week. He's now got 29 made kicks this season, and I looked it up for you, Nate. The league telling us the record for most field goals in a season, 35. So Boudreau now 7 away from taking that himself. We'll set it to a break, and then after that, the post-game show with Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green. For Dwayne Schindler, King Rashid, and my partner Nate Hall, I've been Tim Hackett. Thanks so much for joining us today. Once again, the final, Louisiana 15, Charleston no score. We'll see you next time. Until then, so long.